Okay, hey guys, how are you doing? So we're gonna continue this series, and this is gonna be our Dholak tutorial. So basically, what I'm gonna show you guys is just some very basic techniques to get you started on the Dholak. Um, this is not a professional, series or anything like that. What this is gonna be is just something to get you started if you're interested in Dholak, but you don't really want to pay $25 or $30 a lesson to a particular person. This will get you on your way. So yeah, here we go. So this is an add-on to the Jaw lesson that we've learned and the Dantal lesson. And hopefully, if you can pick this up after the series, after you're done watching the series, and after many hours of practice, I hope that whichever mandir or church that you go to, you'll be able to contribute in a positive manner to that temple or church. Okay, so here we go. We're going to begin. Of course, what you'll need to start off with is a Dholak, something like this. So the Dholak basically has two sides. You have the small side, which is this side. Now, the small side is usually played with a person's dominant hand. If you don't know what your dominant hand is, just think of the hand that you write with. So if you write with your left hand, then of course you're going to play the small side here with your left hand. If you write with your right hand, you're going to play the small side with your right hand. Now, you might not see a difference that much with the small side and big side. What should the small side sound like? Small side should sound like this. It should have a very, very fine tune to it, right? So that's what your small side should sound like as well. Okay? So, because I'm left-handed, I'm going to be playing this side with my left hand. Okay? Now, show you the bass here. The bass is the bigger side, and the bass is going to be played with your weaker hand. So my weaker hand, and my hand that doesn't do too much, would be my right hand, right? So the bass should sound something like this. Should have that kind of sound to it, right? Should have a deep sound to it, right? Okay, so now that we have that all sorted out, what we're going to do is we're going to stay on the bass side for now. So what you're going to have here is you're going to have your weak hand on the bass here. And what I want you to do, if you can see this clearly, is I want you to put your fingers like this. So your fingers should be all placed together like that. And here's the center of the drum, right? With the tips of your fingers, so just the tips of your fingers right here, what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze these together as tight as you can, but still remain relaxed, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to hit the center with the tips of your finger, and you're just going to stick it there. So it should sound like that, right? That's the sticking sound, right? It's almost like you're pushing into it. So you're pushing in, but you're staying, and you're using a little bit of force as well. And should have that thud sound. See that? Okay? That's the sound you want, okay? And we're going to pull all this together shortly as well. So do not move on until you have that sound there, okay? Just keep doing that until you get that sound. Once you've got that sound, it's time to move on to the small side of the drum. Okay? So we're going to move on to the small side, and this is where your dominant hand is going to take over. Now, the key to this side here is you need to use particular fingers for this. The thumb, as you can see here, is not going to be doing much of anything, right? So the thumb will basically be resting on the side of the drum like this here, okay? It's not going to be making any of the sound. The two fingers that are going to be doing most of the work are going to be these two fingers. So it's going to be the index finger and the middle finger as well, okay? The ring finger and the small finger here will not really be doing anything until you become more advanced as well, okay? What we're going to be using at this time is just the index finger. So just this finger. Now what you're going to do is you're going to be using the tip of the finger. You're going to be using I would say about maybe this much of the finger to make your sound, okay? So not much beyond the first line of the tip of your finger here, okay? What you're going to do now is you're going to hit this part of the drum with this finger, right? But you're not going to go too deep in. You want it about there, right? And you want that fine sound as well. So it should sound like that. Okay? Now, that's the sound you're looking for. Once you've made that sound, that fine sound, it shouldn't sound like this, right? It should sound like this. Right? Now what you're going to do is once you have that, you're going to release these fingers down here. These 3 fingers here are not going to touch anything. Okay? These 3 right here are not going to touch anything. They're just going to be helping with the momentum to create more force on the drum as well. So what you're going to do now is you're going to just hit that 1 finger. And you see what's happening as well? Take a look at my wrist. My wrist is making this finger go from here to here with the force, right? So it's a flick of the wrist as well. So that's what you need to do. Just a flick of the wrist here. Okay? Just flicking the wrist over and over until you consistently get that fine-tuned sound. You don't want to hit the drum over here in the middle because it makes that kind of clumsy sound. You want a nice, fine, crisp sound. Perfect. Just like that. And you'll notice the harder you flick your wrist and you push into it, the louder the sound gets as well. Okay? So keep doing that until you get it. Take as much time as you need. You can always pause the video and then, rewind it as well and come back to where you need to. That's going to be the beauty of these videos as well, is you can do it at your own pace. Okay? Once you have those 2 aspects down, what I'm going to ask you to do next is we're going to put it together. So basically how we're going to do this is you're going to start with the small side first, okay? So what I need you to do with the small side is this. Okay, you're going to hit this side twice, okay, and you're going to count it out. You can count it out in your mind, you can count it out loud, whatever you feel comfortable with, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to hit it twice. So it's going to be 1, 2, and it can be as slow as you want, as fast as you want. Try it slow for now, and as you get comfortable with it, you can speed it up. So you're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's for the small side. And then what you're going to do for the big side is the same thing, what you learned, and you're going to just do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So once you have that and you're comfortable with that, you're going to put the 2 together. Okay? And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but I have confidence that you guys can do this. Okay? It's very simple. With enough practice, you'll be able to do it quite easily. Okay? So I'm just going to pull the drum back a little bit here so you guys can see the full motion. And what you're going to do is you're just going to have the drum sit in front of you like this, and you're going to hit this side twice. Okay? So you're going to hit this side twice, so it's just going to be, the small side is just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to show you this again, but I'm going to show you what each side is doing so you can hear it and see it. So it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you have to keep in mind. You just keep that count going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's all you need to do. Okay? Just keep on that cycle. You can slow it down as well. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can speed it up as fast as you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So let me just show you that again, and we'll show you the small side. So 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll show you the bass side. What's happening with the bass side when I'm doing all of this? So here's the bass. So what's happening is we're making this sound. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, hit, hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect? Okay, so once you get this, this is going to be all you need to know for lesson 1. I know it's quite a big lesson, okay, but if you get this and you perfect this, you should be able to move on to lesson 2. I just want to let you guys know what you're going to be doing as well when you're, playing this drum, is you're going to want to know how to sit. So what you can do is you can take the standard position of just sitting with your legs crossed, and what you'll do is you'll have the drum right in front of you here, right? And you're just going to be playing it like this. So if you're comfortable, we'll just start off playing like this. Okay, now what you'll notice on a lot of drums is they'll either have strings or they'll have handles on them. What I like to do as well is I like to put the handle here, I like to turn it into the ground so that the drum can't really move forward too much, right? And that really helps from the drum rolling away from you, okay? And you're going to have the drum at the center of your body here, right? So that's exactly where you want the drum, right in the center, kind of lined up with your shoulders as well, okay? There should be no tension on your shoulders as well. So your shoulders should be very relaxed, they should be down. You should feel no tension on them. If you do, you have to kind of, relax your shoulders and, just have it that way when you're playing the drum as well. Okay, so that's, it's quite a bit for lesson 1, but, keep practicing it. Rewind this to start from the beginning if you need to, and once you feel comfortable enough, we'll move on to lesson 2.